So good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts, and today I have a layout update. It's kind of like fingers in many pies really. I've got lots of little odd jobs going on at the moment, and basically I've got a drastic change to show you over at Borderland Gardens, and I've also carrying on the work at Mildenhall station. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a few bits I've been working on. Now, I think I've said this before. Many years ago, when I used to suffer from a lot of anxiety and depression and stress and all that kind of stuff, the doctor used to sort of say that I should break things down into more manageable pieces in order to help me get on. And I've taken that philosophy sort of to all of my layouts really. Especially the bigger the layout, because it can be quite daunting sometimes to think, oh, I've still got this to do, I've got that to do, and I've got this to do. So basically I tend to build things, if I can, in modules in order to help and just pick certain areas to work on. So I've got two modules to show you, and one of them is, this is one that nobody's seen yet. So this is going to be for the corner filler over at Mildenhall station, and this is basically to finish off the corner piece that was there. I'll show it to you on the layout in a minute. So you've got the ramp coming down from the town, and that leads into an underbridge, and then afterwards this kind of sky bit here is basically to disguise the switch and get rid of the switch that I've got going on in the corner for the boiler. So what I'm going to do is I'll show it to you on the layout, and then you can have a look to see it in position, because it might be quite difficult for you to kind of picture it as to what it is and where it goes and everything. So if I just show you, I still haven't finished it because I've still got loads to do. I've got the tops to do to finish off, like all the capping. I've got the embankment to finish off, but basically it's not too far off done. So I'm going to show you Mildenhall station as it stands, and then I'll put this on, and then you can see how it fits all together. So just so you can get your bearings, this is Mildenhall station, and as we go here, I was working on this corner piece, and as you can see, I think it's the post office. Yes, it's the post office right in the very end there, teetering on the edge. I've also got the station hotel there, and basically that corner section will fit into that corner section there. So that module will just fit into that corner there, and as you can see, I had a good old clean up of it, got rid of everything, and as you can see, there's the switch there that I can't actually get rid of, so I've had to disguise it and put it on there like that. And as you can also see, I've also changed the back scene here along here with some more industrial units, but I kept the warehouse that I made. Somebody suggested to me not to get rid of it. They said they liked it, and it said it'd be pity to get rid of it. And to be honest with you, I kind of run out of buildings to fit along here in any case, but two, I actually felt that it was kind of appropriate that I put a lot of effort into that building, and I think it works quite well with the layout and the scenery as it stands. So I thought I'm going to leave it on there. So that warehouse that I built will definitely stay. I've still got the other one to use if I want to use it, but I have no idea what to do with it. So basically that's how it's going to fit in. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the module on to show you how it's all going to look. As you can probably see just from the station, I haven't actually cut it out properly. This is one of the things I was saying, that I just cut the corners off as tight as I could, but I left the rest of it because then I can place it and just see whether or not I was going to use the building, and if I wasn't, then I could put the building away. But the thing is, because it's got the sort of paper surrounds on the outside, it gives it a little bit of protection, so if the corners get rubbed or curled or anything like that, it's not actually affecting the building as such. But I just put a little bit of masking tape to hold the building up just to see the effect that it was going to give me when I put the module up. So I'm going to put the module up, and then you'll see how it all fits together. So you can now see the corner piece is now in, and the switch has now been hidden by the actual bit of sky. I mean, obviously this just needs to be, and the back scene on this side just needs to kind of be attached to that. But it isn't finished yet. This is just simply just slotted into place at the moment. I'm going to put some trees to disguise that end, and also I'm going to put a fence on the end, because that's on the end of that, because that's going to be just like a dead end road. And so I'm going to do that. I've got another sheet from Town Scene Buildings to come along, and so I'll be able to use one of those buildings to fill in that gap there. So hopefully that will work. So this is the best that I could think of, and I think it looks pretty effective. And I think it kind of, the road does kind of give that kind of impression that it's coming from the town. If I just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bus here, and then you can sort of see it sort of poking its nose kind of thing. So it looks like it's coming from somewhere. And what I'll do is I'll put some more vehicles coming down along the ramp, and then that also kind of gives the impression that it's coming from the town. So when you kind of look at it like that, I think it actually looks pretty effective. I'm going to leave the gap between the post office and the hotel, so it's either an alleyway or maybe another little road or something like that maybe. I haven't quite sort of fixed it yet, and like I said, it is just held into place at the moment with some masking tape. So that is still a work in progress. So that's just to keep you updated on what I'm doing with that. So now we come to my other module, which is Borderland Gardens. And when I show you this, you're going to automatically know, or pretty much be certain, what I've gone and done, because it was actually attached. So let me just show you the actual module. So this is platform 2 of Borderland Gardens. And some of you will also realise that the hill's disappeared. The hill that was attached to this is gone. And basically that's what the drastic change is. I've got rid of the hill at Borderland Gardens. I've actually got John Warner to partially thank for this. I sort of felt like this prior in my other layouts when I've worked upon them. If I wasn't happy, I would just, you know, if it's not working for you, then you just got to change it. And John was going through a similar thing a few days ago at Piccadilly, and this was one of those things that, although the hill was there and it did the idea was right, but the execution was wrong, and so the hill really didn't work for me, and especially when I put the cam truck around, I just really didn't like it. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to do a 2 and 3D effect, which I'll show you in a moment. I'll just take you to where what I'm doing and explain what I'm going to do. In the meantime, what I did is I managed to salvage platform 2, which wasn't too difficult, to be honest. And if I just show you some of the close-up detail, you've got the signage there, the waiting room, the tea lamps, the platform numbers, the dirty platform, and so on and so forth. And also we've got the white lining and the patchwork on the actual platform. And that's the same here, we've got a little Network South East dustbin as well. So on the back, I tidied that up a few days ago because it was looking a bit, because obviously it'd been attached to the hill. So on the back, I've bricked it up. And as you can see, that I've got one of the platforms, one of the bus shelters that I saved, that I took away from Mildenhall, fit really nicely on this corner. So this will be where the buses will stop to pick up passengers at Borderland Gardens. So now this has become a really, really nice little module, and it's working out really nicely. It's come out really well, and I'm actually glad that I got rid of the hill. So I'm just going to show you what the plan is over at Borderland Gardens, so stay with me. So this is plan B for Borderland Gardens, and as you can see, the matchsticks have been out again in force, and the actual far side, platform 1 and the far side, I'm very happy with. All of that I'm happy with, and also the town scene that I've done at Mildenhall I'm very happy with. And it's so much so that I wanted to create another town scene in this small space. And so what I wanted to do is the actual area that I've actually got to work with is the bit in the centre. And when I say the bit in the centre, it's probably best that I get my stick and just point you into where. So basically this bit here, this outer perimeter here, this is the area for my town scene. This kind of teardrop effect that I've got going on in the middle. That is going to be the town scene. This perimeter here is the circular road that goes all the way around the perimeter of it, and then it will come out and have somewhere to go out here. Now that's as far as I've got at the moment. I've got this bit of board here that I wasn't sure what to do with, so I'm probably going to put a level crossing or something and carry on this road along here, maybe a line of trees, and then after let the road come off the end of the board. That's the current plan, and I think that will work quite well. And I'm planning to do a 2D and 3D effect on this town scene. And what I'm planning to do, and let me explain to you, this is where the platform is. The platform just sits in within the slots of the matchsticks. So all of this, all the road will be hard standing like I've been doing with the whole of Volmer container terminal. So that I've got that to look forward to. So I'm going to be doing all of that and this middle bit here. But this bit will be left as is temporarily. But the town scene will basically be following this perimeter of the matchsticks all the way around. That's all of my town scene there. And like I said, I'm going to put a 3D building and I'm going to put some 2D buildings. And it's something I've never actually tried before, but I think it will work. And I quite like the idea of it very much. And I think it'd be a lot more believable than basically just putting the hill there. I don't think the hill's going to work. So how is this going to work? The plan is, wait for it. So obviously the platform will go here. So actually I'll put that in, it might make it a little bit easier. Right, so as you can see the platform is lined up. And basically what the current plan is to create another wraparound, which is like one of these card, wrap it around this whole perimeter here, all the way around, with some more town scene buildings which I have on order, and I've got some left over. And then in the middle we're going to have a 3D building, but the 3D building you won't actually see because it will be hidden by the 2D. So if you just imagine that you've got this section here on the outside, running around the outside all the way around and at this height, hiding this building within, and then all you're going to see is the front fascia from this front bit here. So when you look in from this side, you'll see that there's some depth to the back scene. So because I can't do low relief all the way around, it will make the town scene a lot bigger than what it is by doing it this way. So basically, so when you peer in, you can see the buses maybe parked up. If I just put a couple, just so you can sort of see what I'm getting at. So you can have one there, and maybe you can have one parked out the way at the back here. So when you're looking in, you might see, when you're looking in from this angle, you might see the nose of this one just sticking out, but it's hidden away by the actual the rest of the buildings and the rest of the town scene that's running on the perimeter, because it'll be about this high. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The other thing I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to try and create another 3D effect by actually, rather than sticking the buildings just direct to the sky, I'm going to try and see if there's enough space, because it is quite tight, to possibly leave a couple of centimetres and do the sky just behind it. So it just gives that impression of depth all the way around. And I think that this is going to look so much nicer than the hill that I've got going on, and it's going to be so much different. I think it's going to work better, and it's going to blend in better with what I've got going on here, and I think it's going to be happy. I'm going to be happier with that. The hill just wasn't really working for me. I like the idea of it, that it was concealing what was happening and concealing the circuit, but I think this will conceal the circuit just as well, and will actually be more in keeping with what I've already got going on within the town scene. So I hope that is clear. It might not be clear just yet, but trust me, it'll all come good in the end. Like I said, I do like to push myself with my modelling, and so I've never really done this before, but I am very much looking forward to doing this and this challenge. I think it's going to work really, really well. So I've got the town scene buildings on order, so I'm waiting for that sheet to come. I've also got some more left over from the other sheet, which I've tried to use to fill in the gaps over the other end, but it hasn't quite worked. But all in all, I'm really happy with where it's going. So the matchsticks are all glued down, so I've just got to wait for them to go off proper. They were done this morning, so I'm not going to do any kind of filling till maybe tonight or tomorrow, maybe even, yeah, probably tomorrow, just to make sure that they've all gone off nice and hard. So when I put the filler, the matchsticks don't move. So now, like I said, I've now got it all marked out and mapped out like I did with Volma, and now it's just a matter of carrying it on. And I think this now that I've done now leads on to what was going on here on this little bit of board, because I really wasn't sure what to do, but now it seems to make sense to carry that road across and out of the board, which I think would probably be a better idea. But I am going to have to move some of this trunking and stuff like that, so I'm going to have to rejig some of this, but it's not the end of the world. The great thing about using matchsticks is basically, if you do get it wrong, you can just quite easily prise them off and just relay them. It's not a big deal. But I like to do this method because I find it that I can visually see what I'm doing, and I can see where things go and how it's all going to work. So I'm really, really happy with this, totally. And I'm probably going to have to make some more fencing like on the back there to put on around the perimeter here. So that's something else I'm probably going to have to do, which is quite a lot of joy, because that was a very long and tedious job. But hey ho, it's going to look better in the end. So yeah, that's it for Borderland Gardens, folks. So I hope you like the plan and I hope you understand it. If you don't, or you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. Like I said, I think I'm really pleased with the platform 2 and how that's turned out. I am going to put some advertising actually on the back, on that back wall, the middle wall there. You've got the bus shelter at the other end. I do have this from Behringer, which is a cab office. I'm not sure whether maybe I'll use it, whether I stick it there or not. I'm not entirely certain as of yet. So we're going to see how that pans out. So that's it for today and today's video. I hope you like what my plans are. I'm really pleased with the way things are going, and so until the next time, it's going to be bye from Mildenhall and Districts, and take care and stay safe, and like I said, until the next time, it's bye from me. Bye bye.